Incredible afternoon, everyone. How are you guys doing? I am Shakia, the professor of SILAHOLICS Anonymous, HS Inc. Well, HS Inc. 365 LLC, and we have all of our other entities under that. Honestly speaking, is our product line. SILAHOLICS Anonymous is the platform that I created to teach you guys how to use Silhouette Studio. And of course, 365 Creative Academy, my platform to teach you guys to take a deeper dive into all things creative, whether it's learning the program. We have classes for like actual projects and things like that. So 365 Creative Academy. All right. I'm just going to give this a minute for you guys to get in here. I am going to change the privacy setting on what's this thing called? Facebook. Because I can't see your comments if I don't change the privacy setting. Because I stream through StreamYard. So let's go like this. Edit public. All right, now I can see all comments. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible afternoon. What are you guys doing on this good old Monday afternoon? Had to go get my son from school because I was going to go like a lunchtime live, but I had to go get my son from school. So a little bit later than I anticipated. But we're going to talk about some things that can really, really help those who might be stuck and not quite sure how to utilize the supplies and things that you have acquired and purchased for sublimation. So I have a question for you guys when it comes to, you're making KJ an outfit for a father-daughter dance. Oh, fresh back from vacation, and we'll hope to be back into the 30-day program tomorrow. We do have a live tonight. So I messed up on the schedule. So I said, hey, what the heck? I like y'all. Love hanging out with y'all. So if you're available tonight, 6:30, we're going to have a Q&A and review session. So it's kind of a free for all and whatnot. So it's the same exact link, of course, as always. So join us tonight if you are not releasing. I mean, it's like you come off vacation, but sometimes you need a day off after coming off a vacation. So if you don't need that day or that time off, join us tonight. Cutting SVGs for cards. I guess I did ask you guys what you guys were doing, so maybe I should wait, and let's go back up here to a lot of people. Hello, incredible afternoon. Hey, girl, hey, are you back on dry land? Hey, sis. Hello, Marquita, how are you? Hello, incredible afternoon. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Hey, Jesse. Hello, Nadine. Incredible afternoon. Stephanie, how are you? Shelly Price. Hey. You're at work listening, subbing some ribbons. Ooh, that's actually a good one too. I might have to grab some of that. All right. Hello. It's so grateful you're sharing the power of knowledge with us all. Thank you so much. Yes. Join us tonight at work. You took that day yesterday. It's so crazy, right? Like you come off a vacation, but you sometimes, especially if you do a lot on your vacation, you're like, look, I need a vacation from the vacation. Hey. Hello, Hans. Incredible afternoon. Hello. Making Mother's Day promotions. This might fall a little in line with that. Hey, Kita. Hola, hey. Yes, taking a day or two before I go back to work. Hey, look at the two. Look at those two. I wonder if y'all probably were on the same one and didn't even know it. Y'all too. Because she just came off of dry land too. I mean, she just came back on dry land too. So I was sitting here, right? And my mouse pad is atrocious. It is a hot mess.com. Don't talk about it's really old. I literally made this because it even prints and creations. I made this when we first got our ink and paper. And it's been a minute. Don't talk about my mouse pad because it's time to retire it. I actually need to go find my one. Like, I like the rectangle ones, but I end up finding the round ones. So it's dirty. It's just absolutely nasty. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Really need to. I'm like, there should. I don't know if these are able to be washed, if it will come apart. But then just like it made me think, right? I'm like, how? What is like the it's like, I mean, stuff gets on it. It can get kind of like, it ain't too cute. So it's like, what is like, when do you get rid of this, right? So I'm like, I'm tired of looking at it. I need a new mouse pad, like straight up. I need a new mouse pad. So I'm sitting here. Actually, now I do need it back so I can actually use my mouse for now. So I'm sitting here, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I need a new mouse pad. Dang it. And I was trying to figure out a design to put on it. So one of them, I am going to do this. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to put my sticker one because I couldn't find the square ones. Well, I went originally to find the square ones or the rectangle ones, but I end up getting the round ones. So I said, okay, well, for this one, I'm definitely going to put this, not this, but this design on there. But as I was sitting up here, like, because originally I thought I was going to put it on the long one, I was like, man, I don't feel like trying to find this file. I don't feel like trying to figure out something custom. So I have a question for you, right? When it comes to sublimation, do you consider it something where it has to be customized? Does it have, like, whenever you're doing something, it has to be something that has some meaning to it, or like, putting pictures and stuff like that on it, putting promo stuff on it? Does it have to be that way? Have you ever considered like just putting a solid color on stuff, right? There are people who just like their offices to just have matching colors. Like I know several people that are like that. Like everything in their office is, or at their desk is like a certain color. So maybe they can't find it in like that right shade of pink or red or yellow or whatever. And I think most times when I see people, when they do a sublimation, it's always really some type of pattern. Even when I did like, okay, it's animal print. So, I mean, I like this one. So I put this animal print on this tumbler. I have the ones where, and I was testing out a bunch of them. I did the ones like this that just had a full pattern all the way around it. And even though it's not custom, it's like the thought of like, okay, well, if I'm going to cover this whole thing, like it needs to be a pattern. Like it needs to be something that's not a solid color. And I was like, I wonder if other people think the same way. Like anything that you do, it's typically always a pattern or something custom, like some sort of file. Why don't we often think like, okay, well, I like pink. I like yellow. Why should I have to go out and buy a solid color? Like stores sell solid colors. But I don't know about anybody else. For me, I don't think to just put a solid color over stuff. Am I the only one that just doesn't like when it comes to it? Like, I'm like, okay, I got to see some type of color. Have any of you guys ever made something and just put one solid color, like nothing else, no pattern, like no design to it, no text, no nothing, just a solid color? I am live. Close the door. Not always, sometimes. Nope, never a solid color. Nope, no solid colors. Nope. Okay, so sometimes, I mean, we'll hear people say, I can't get anyone to purchase this or purchase that, and or for custom stuff and getting shirts. If we want to, okay, so let's say you are making custom mouse pads. You're someone that doesn't have sublimation. Like that, if you were somebody that didn't have sublimation, you wanted to make custom mouse pads, you wanted them in different colors. Most likely, you would go out and look for a multi-pack of multiple colors, right? And you end up spending way more money because you probably get colors that you don't really need, like if it's like a whole little bundle pack. And I think sometimes we don't realize that things that we purchase that are just solid colors, we can make that ourselves. Having a tumbler that is subbed in all red, and then going in and put maybe putting vinyl on it. Maybe there's someone you can sell to others. Maybe there is a creator or someone who's a DIYer, who's a crafter, and they want to put vinyl on stuff. You want to you're a blanks vendor. Have any of you guys, if you're not selling them as solid white, have you ever thought about making some solid colors? Even if you just do a couple of them, because now you can market to those who don't do sublimation. They want to maybe do epoxy and put their vinyl on it. So rather than go in or let's say they spray paint it, most times when it comes to those who put glitter and rhinestones, they're spray painting it. Why can't you be the supplier to where you can market to those who do epoxy and just put all that stuff, because they're gonna cover the epoxy anyway. So now you can go and you can have all you have to do is buy white. Now you take just a solid print, put it on there. You don't have to worry about the seam because they're going to cover it with glitter. They're going to cover it with rhinestones. Have any of you guys who sell blanks ever thought about making your own solid color blanks to market to non-sublimators? I've done a request of two colors only, no names, no nothing. Nope, I haven't thought of it that way. I like what you're suggesting. Dana says no. So you have done that. You thought about going and do you sell blanks? Hello, don't forget to join us tonight for the Q&A. Hey, love. It's personal to me. A lot of my customers are afraid that they might leave or lose their tumbler if their name or something, if there's one that represents them. I mean, that's true too. But I just was thinking about that. I have several people that inbox me and, trying to figure out ways that they can help if I can help them with marketing. They're kind of stuck. They have all this stuff and they just don't know what to do with it. It's not moving. They feel like the market is oversaturated because they're trying to market to just sublimate. You are now narrowing it down to those who just want to take this and customize it. I mean, and they're going to create something like this to put on it. I went also to my son's school and I told them before the year's over with, I'm going to give them some stuff. I even thought about it with that. I can do white, or I can take tumblers, I can sublimate them, and the kids can go and do different things, whether it's it's stickers or even for Mother's Day, where they can go. I have to figure out like how they can do that. But I just thought about like my son, Zani might take stickers and puts on them. But I'm like, just solid stuff where they can go and even if it was to just glue stuff down to it, they get vinyls, they get stickers. It just made me think like you can go and literally sell solid. You can go into a store, you can go to Walmart right now, and you can pull a solid color stainless steel tumbler off of the shelves. Yet we in the creative industry don't often think about that. So I'm not going to do a tumbler, but I said, shoot, I'm trying to figure out what design to put on here. I'm about to put a solid color on this dang on mouse pad. I'm not about to stress myself over, I'm not about to stress myself over what design to put on. I'm about to put a solid color and throw that sucker on here. So that's what we're going to do. And that was like, you know, sometimes it doesn't have to be like this or like this or like this or even like this. I might do a mask too. I'm just going to do, I got a couple of more. I'm just going to do a solid color mask. So I went and grabbed a few things. I was like, you know what? We're doing solid colors today. Nothing else. Straight up solid colors. No designs, no glitter, no patterns. I'm about to submit some stuff and just put solid colors on it. So I went and got one of the wine caddies that I got from somewhere. I got a couple of mouse pads, and I had socks, but I don't think I want to do the socks. I now want to do a few masks. So we're just going to do solid colors. I have a shiny cup. I want to put permanent vinyl onto it. Do I have to seal it? You really don't. Like I have things that have vinyl on it that don't I can't stand epoxy. So I don't epoxy anything, but I have things that have vinyl on it and they're really thin and it's lasted a really long time. I thought it was in here because it's the one with my toothpicks and stuff in it. I can never find stuff when I actually want it. But yeah, you don't have to seal it. Especially if you're using like permanent vinyl. As long as it's not super, super thin, it's going to stay on there for a really long time. Ooh, that's a good one. She says, I've done solid color normally when they are requesting something with their logo. So I select a solid color that matches their logo and just make the whole thing like instead of it being white. Yep, because I could have probably done that with this one. Like I still put the design, but make everything else just one solid color. The cup is navy blue, but I also have black stainless steel tumblers. I can put foil on it. Ooh, I haven't done. Do you guys know that you can foil right to 651 vinyl with the laminator? I haven't done it in a long, long time, but you can actually foil right on top of 651 adhesive vinyl. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is once you do the solid color. So if you have any questions for me while I set this up, I don't even know what size this is. This is it's like 7 3/4. So of course we're going to put a bleed on it for that. This one is 15 by 6. So we're going to just put a bleed on it for that. And then my mask, I do have the exact template for that. So I'm going to pull that up. All right. So let's head on over to Silhouette Studio. Oh, also, this live broadcast is brought to you by the letters HSINK, the numbers 3, 6, 5, and 0, which are the signature letters and numbers of the amazing paper and ink that I'm going to be using today. Honestly speaking, sublimation ink and paper. You're going to see that I'll be able to sublimate all of this at the same exact temp and time because it's just fabric. So I sublimate at 365 degrees for 30 seconds. Although I actually can on my Hottronics do 360 for like 20-25 seconds, but we're going to sublimate at 365 degrees, 30 seconds We have paper in all sizes, 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14, 11 by 7, 13 by 19 in both fast dry and tacky. We also, of course, sell the ink. Our bottles are 140 milliliter bottles. We do have the gray if you have the 8550. Chip resetters are currently sold out. They should be here by the end of the week. We also have heat tape on the site, pigment ink, your full-on kits for the old workforces, the new workforces. So yeah, definitely check out the site and see everything that we have to offer on the site. We have classes, templates, and files, and so much more. Like, our goal is to truly be your ultimate one-stop shop for your print needs. Printing, sometimes require designing. In order to design, you got to know how to use the program. I teach from Silhouette Studio. All right, so we're going to go ahead and come over here. So that circle was 7.75, 7.75. And I'm going to put a bleed on this. So we're going to go offset. I'm going to make that 0.15. It doesn't have to be much because it's just a circle. I know the exact size. I don't need it to be a super, super large offset. I just need it to be a little bit bigger just to make sure that it goes to the edge. All right. And then we're going to make a box because I'm not putting any designs in it. I don't need to know exactly where anything goes. I'm just doing a solid color. So for that, it was what I said, 15 by 6. So we're just going to make a box here. And I'm going to go up here to the top. So my width, I'm going to go 6. My height, I'm going to go 15. Okay. I just got some amazing news from a friend. Oh, that is so freaking awesome. And then we're going to go offset. And I want a small offset on this. Now, this one, it has it's kind of curved. So I want to make sure that I do cover it. So while with the circle, I know it's going to fit there. This one is can be kind of subjective. So I want to put a little bit more of an offset on it. Also, actually, I really don't have to put an offset. I can just flood. I probably will do that. I'll probably just flood a full 11 by 17 paper because then I can do my little taco method and put it together like that. That's actually what I might do for that one. Unless I want to do 2 colors. I don't know. But I would go in and put this and make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go 0.25. So it's a slightly bigger offset to make sure that, I cover everything. So now it's 15.5 all the way around. Oh. I'm going to go 0.5. I don't know. I feel like because of how I'm leaning, I think it might be closer to 16. So I'm going to go 0.5. So now it becomes 16 inches and 7 inches, which I know will be enough to cover this from side to side. So we have that. And I'm going to open up File, Merge. We're going to open up our mask file. Wrong one. Let's go over here. You know what? Nope. I think that is the full ear to ear. Yep, that's the full ear to ear mask. So we're going to take that off. I don't need that. We're going to go again, File, Merge. So you go into Merge so that you don't have to open it in a new file and then copy and paste it and bring it over. You can just merge the file in. So I'm going to go View, large icon so that I can actually see it. I'm looking for it's the one with the Mustangs on it. I don't know how this got over here. That's Khalil's mask. Now, mind you, I have a whole blank template. I don't know why I default to go find this file to do it instead of just going to the template that's in my template vault. Okay. I think for this one, I'm going to just do pink. And I'm not even really a pink girl. Like just having like a lot of pink stuff. I'm just not. I like emeralds and stuff like that. All right. But for some reason, I think, you know what? No, I want a teal. So let's find my color charts. Where are my color charts? Where are my color charts? Where are my color charts? Seriously, where are my color charts? What the heck? Where are my color charts? I just did a video with them. Hold on. Didn't find my color charts, but I found my long mouse pads, but not my color charts. Okay, I'm going to just go grab the tumbler that has the color chart. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's how you use color charts. I'm going to, because I can't see it on here, so I'm going to open up. So file, open. This I'm going to go open and not merge. And I'm going to go color charts. People ask me all the time about this. So great teaching moment. Color charts. All right, so I want to open that up and go like that real quick. Okay, while that's opening up, whenever you want to make sure that a color is, you're not going to be surprised when you print it out, press it, and you're like, that is not the color that I wanted. Every printer is different. Your it might come out a little bit different on this fabric than it is on this. So I actually have color charts, like on any media that I use, I have color charts on. Here's actually the one that's one of the color charts that's on the back of my Jet Pro 3. But I have it on my glitter card stock. I have it on regular card, like regular paper, all that. Anything that I use as far as color, this is Jet Pro 3G. I press my color charts to everything. I even had my printer, my previous printer, printed out on printable vinyl from their EcoSolvent or their solvent-based printer. So with sublimation, you're going to go and you're going to kind of look through it when you're trying to figure out like the exact color that you want. You're going to search for that color. I think I want one with more blue tones than it is green. I think I like this one. Now, can I see that one? 0099. I think that's what it says. So I can't make out what it says, right? But I know I want, I think I want that color. Yeah, those are a little bit too greenish. I want one that has more of like blue tones to it. That's more of green tones. So yeah, I'm going to go with this shade right here, right? So I know what shade I want, but I can't see this. So I'm going to come over to Silhouette Studio and I opened up my charts. And I'm just going to make a little box here. It's actually this one right here is the tone, the color that I want. So in this box, I'm going to go to my color palette, click on the dropper, go down to that color, and I'm going to sample that color. All right, just going to copy that and bring that over to here and paste. Just, what happened to it? Oh, it's right. It's literally that small. But actually, I really didn't have to paste it because it's going to be up here in my recents. So my mouse pad, I'm going to click on the side and I'm going to make it that teal color. I'm going to take the bag and do I want that to be teal? I don't know. I think I just want to do one of these pink colors. So I'm going to go here and sample this pink. And my mask, let's just do HS ink colors. So I want to do the yellow on that one. I don't think that's the right yellow. So we're just going to go there. That's actually autism yellow. So we're just going to do that. And we're just going to do some solid colors. And the mask, I think I'm going to go and put some vinyl on it. Now that it's like all yellow, I'm going to go and put some vinyl on it. All right, now let's go ahead and print all of this out. I have what, 11 by 17 paper in front of me. So let's just do 11 by 17. This one we're going to put here. Oh, I couldn't make it. Well, maybe 13 by 19. I could do the full. Let's see. Do I want to do 13 by 19? Where is my 13 by 19? There's some there. All right, so let's go. To do 13 by 19, we have to go to machine and make it none. And then change the size to 13 by 19. If you don't change it to none, it's not going to let you go past 12 inches, depending on which machine you have. So 13 by 19. And let's see if oh, it's still not going to fit because, I mean, that's the bleed. Yep, I'm going to have to still do it one by one. So I might as well just do 11 by 17 because that's the paper that's actually in the printer right now. And I'm not going to be able to fit those. So we're going to print 2 of these off. And then I'll put these on another one. I need to print off 2, 1 for each side. I might as well just put that in the middle. And I'm going to go File, Print, my Sublimation printer, Preferences. I already have presets for this. So I'm just going to click on my 11 by 17 sub, which also has my mirror on. My print settings are plain paper, bright white, set to high quality or really quality. Quiet mode on. Adobe RGB 1.8, doesn't matter for high speed, and then mirror. For maintenance, we're going to just make sure that our thick paper and envelope is marked. And I normally adjust it between -10 and higher, depending on how dark the colors are. This is just pink, so I can leave it on -10. To main, do 2 prints, and okay, and print. So that's going to print out. Yep, 11 by 17 is what's in here right now. All right. And then we're going to set up the mouse pad and the mask. Do I have Eco Ink? Not as of yet. We have some. I mean, I've had some before, and I like to test stuff. So I won't be able to test it really for Epson printers. I'm going to put them in Canon printers and test that, because technically with Eco Solvent ink, it doesn't require heat-free printing. So I'm going to put it on a Canon, and it looks like this. I had some. I can't find the other colors. This is the yellow. So when the other ones come in, I'm going to put them in a Canon printer to test it. I've ordered a couple extras to send to others who want to get into it, so they can put it in their Epson printer. And once everyone does sufficient testing to see like how the colors come out, if we have to make any adjustments, I want to be able to give full instructions. If you, let's say, like if you're using a 7720 or a 7810 or 7840, if you have to make any for your like colors or saturation, I want to be able to give that information. So once it comes in, we're going to have a couple people test it. I'm doing a test in a Canon printer, and then we'll be able to let you know when we'll have it officially. But we are prepping for it. The CZ Easy Read adhesive, can you cut on a cutting machine, then press? There is CZ Easy Read adhesive. You can cut on a cutting machine, then press the surface, remove transfer sheet, and then press on foil. Sticks to adhesive. Yes, it's the double-sided HTV, or the adhesive HTV. Yes. For my blacks, I use -15. What happens if I leave it at -15 density fall? Nope, nothing at all. Nope, it doesn't waste ink. You're very welcome. I have an XP 15,000. Can it be converted to Eco Solvent? If it has refillable cartridges, then yes. We don't sell cartridges for it. It was $179.99. What happened? Huh? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. The one I got was $179.99, and it is a Canon. It's a tank printer. I don't remember the exact name. I brought this printer a long time ago, and it's sitting in the storage unit. So I was gonna put pigment ink in it, but then I thought about, Eco Solvent. So I'm gonna put Eco Solvent ink in it. But it's the only one they had at Walmart that's a tank printer, and that's a Canon. And it was $179.99. So if it works, the cheapest Epson printer is $199.99. So if we're, I'm on the screen because I'm not supposed to be just talking. I'm supposed to be printing stuff out. You can't go, buddy. Daddy be right back. All right. So file, print. I'm just going to hit, I need one of these. I'm just going to hit print. Thank you. You're the first one that reads and answers my questions. I tend to have really long lives because I try my best to answer every single question. I'm very grateful that I am able to address each and every question. And it's not like a bunch of stuff just coming through, and I really can address people's questions. So I love the way that my lives are set up. All right. So those are going to go, and those are going to print out. But we'll start pressing the wine caddy as the others are printing out. This actually took longer to print out than I thought it would, but it's a really long print. Okay, I can come off of here now and answer some questions while I prep all of this stuff. Is eco solvent for sublimation? No. It's a totally different, it's totally separate. If you watch my video, I did a video on what is eco solvent, what is the hype about. If you saw my video when I did the QR codes on my barber's jersey, that is that was on the eco solvent. The stickers that we use, like these are not, this is not sticker paper. This is actual like vinyl. This is Orajet printable like media, printing media. You can't put this in a regular printer. You can't do these also in the converted Epson printers. You cannot do adhesive vinyl in the converted Epson printers because they don't have heat. They don't have heat. You cannot use this. So I do this on my Roland printer, not on the Epson printer. But it just allows you to make things like actual decals on printable vinyl. Actually, you can put it on 651. Our first runs of these, I did it on 651 and 631, clear and white. And then you can also do like designs. It's another way to make transfers. It's no different than Jet Pro 3G. It feels a little bit different, but as far as the concept is basically the same. Most people are using the converted printers for shirts because that's really all that you can use it for, is to print to a Caesar color print or like the CAD cut printable HTV and things like that. I love the way your lives are set up also, and the way you explain things. I usually miss them, but I turned on the notifications. Yes, if you change your notifications to see first, I think it is, or all or something, hopefully that'll help you get notifications whenever I am live. With the XP, as long as you can find any Epson printer, absolutely every single Epson printer on the market can be used for sublimation because they are piezoelectric printers, which means they are heat-free printers. They use a crystal instead of heating the ink up to spew it out. They use a crystal. So all Epson printers can be used. However, not all printers have refillable cartridges. You have to have a refillable cartridge that matches that firmware. What controls those is not the cartridge itself. The cartridges can look exactly the same. Chip on it is what controls it. So that chip has to be formatted for that particular printer's firmware. If it's not, even though it fits in the reservoir, it's not going to work. So you have to look up and go look and see Epson XP 15,000, look and see what the number is. So like the 7720s, 7710s, they have a 252 cartridge. The 7820s, 7840s, they have an 812 cartridge. You have to find that number and then go and say refillable such and such cartridge. Now, some of them will have where you have single-use chips or single-use cartridges. Some people don't sell the chips. It kind of sucks because that means you'll have to buy a cartridge and put new ink in it every single time. What others have to do is buy generic cartridges and buy Epson cartridges and take the chips off and put them on. I'm not sure of what the number is for that particular printer and if there is a refillable and resettable option for that, not say printer, I mean computer, that particular printer. I'm sorry. All right. Which is better, EcoSolvent or DTF? I brought the XP 15,000 for DTF, but I think EcoSolvent is less complicated. So it's not really one is better than the other. EcoSolvent definitely is going to be less maintenance and it's going to somewhat give you the same result, but you still have to have, I'm sorry, y'all, something flew in my eye. You still have to have some sort of vinyl cutter. When you're doing DTF, it's going to print, it's going to put the white on the back, you'll put your adhesive. There's some people who do DTF really good, and when you press it, especially on like a dark shirt, you don't see like that little line, like white line around it where it's extra adhesive and extra white. So it kind of works. But there are some of them I'm like, I don't really like that halo. I call it a halo that goes around it. Eco Solvent is really no different than, I've shown this shirt 30,000 times. Well, this one is not that, but it's still, this is cut down. So it's like having a transfer, and you're going to cut around it and you're going to put it on your shirt. But you have to have a vinyl cutter to cut all around and through there. That's really what Eco Solvent is. It still requires a cutter. DTF does not. You're able to print and put the white ink on the back. You put the powder. DTF requires a lot of maintenance because you have to make sure that the ink does not settle and clog. It is a much thicker ink. DTF ink is one that is a little bit more like it's thicker, like especially with the white. It's kind of it's not see-through. It's not translucent. So it's a bit thicker. So going through the heads, it can clog up if you're not doing like the maintenance on it, and you let it dry on there. It can be an issue. So you always have to constantly print and print and print and print from it. It's not really one where you can go and, because you can't dedicate time to it, you're not printing to it consistently. Let's say you go and you have a few days where it is just sublimation, and you never even think about that DTF. Within a few days, it can be to where it's clogged up, and then you have to do a lot of extra maintenance. There's still a lot of maintenance to do with it. Big Boy Prints over on YouTube does a lot of, he's doing a lot more videos now about DTF and the maintenance. Patrice from Craftable Things, she's been doing some things. She just did a video maybe like 2 weeks ago where her white was not printing out. And there's this thing they do, I guess, like they there's like a soft clean. It's like they soak the heads. It's like all this stuff to it. I know Baby's Booty was talking about hers not working. So there's a lot of YouTube creators that have videos about like the maintenance, just using it in general. But there is some maintenance to it. It's high maintenance. Eco Solvent, whether it's a converted printer, a converted printer is not so bad because it's water-based Eco Solvent ink. It's not like the Eco Solvent ink that's in my Roland. That one, I have daily maintenance. I have to take the cartridges out, shake them, especially my silver one, because it can settle and it can get clogs. So all of these printers require maintenance. When y'all say y'all don't like the little bit of maintenance from a Sublimation printer, don't go to these big printers because they require maintenance. Oh, if there's a chipless program for it, then yes, you can use it. I forget about that too. If it has chipless software, if it has a chipless firmware. Could you please let me know why I'm not getting access to the, okay. I'm not sure. It should be there. If you, I know I saw an email and I have to have them reply back on there. When you click it, it should take you to your dashboard. I'm not sure. Send us a screenshot of what exactly you see. Make sure that you're also logging in under the right email address. I'm going from another brand of ink to yours. Do I really need the chip resetter? If you have an Epson 7720, any of those, if you're using the 252 cartridges, do you need it? No. Should you have it? Heck yeah. I have the Cricut, but thinking about buying a bigger size cutter. All Cameos do at least 12 inches wide, unless you get the plus, and you can do 15. I don't recommend the Pro. If you want to go bigger than 15 inches, I would recommend getting either a US cutter, a Graph Tech cutter, ones like that. I don't recommend the Silhouette Pro. Is Eco Solvent basically printable? Yes, that's it. That's it. Yes, that's why I'm thinking about Eco Solvent instead of DTF, because of all the maintenance that DTF requires. All right, that's all printed out. So we're going to head over to the other camera. $365, 30 seconds. I'm going to grab some parchment paper here. One second. Okay. Now, it's in the middle. Because it's in the middle, I doubt I have any ink around the edge. I'm not going to, you know what? No, I'm going to teach you the right way. Even when you're not cutting right to it, you really should, this is not the scissors to cut this with. You really should cut around or cut down your edges just in case you happen to have ink on it. Yes, it's not going to get on any of my substrate, but it gases out. It can still get on my heat press, and then the next time I press something, that little ghost line will end up transferring. So I still recommend, since we don't require butcher paper or parchment paper or any type of cover paper, I still recommend, cutting it down, because you don't have to put that on top. Now, if you don't want to cut it down, you're going to have, I recommend you using some sort of cover sheet, some type of cover sheet, so that for sure you're not going to get it on your platen. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Just cut that off. And I could have even ripped it. So I'm just going to make sure that this is centered again. There's no design to this. So these are things that you can do, and do them super, 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 super fast, and not worry about where things are positioned at and stuff like that. You don't need any heat tape. You don't need really anything for it. Although I do need to check the pressure. So we're going to, there's black on this, so I want to kind of cover that up as I check the pressure. Okay. I don't want to do it that way either. I don't want the lines from the paper to get on my substrate. So, definitely need to adjust my pressure. Pressure is not the same for every substrate. So when they say make it medium pressure, make it light pressure, I'm going to make this light pressure, but this is a thicker item. So I have to adjust my pressure back so that it's raising my platen, so that when I put it down, it's not too much pressure. All right. Also, even if I were to do like a small design in the middle, I would need my paper to fully cover it. When you're doing anything with sublimation and you have the lines of your paper, especially something thick like this, you guys like thick shirts, but thick shirts are not actually really great for sub if you're not going to do a full print, because you're always going to see the line of demarcation. So even if I wanted to put my logo in the middle of this, I would have created, which I do have it created actually. I would have an actual template of this so that I know where the edges are. I will put the logo in. When I print it out, I'm going to print out the entire thing and put the whole paper. Even for I know it might seem like a waste of paper, but because of that line of demarcation, I'd rather have a professional look and waste a full sheet of paper for a logo that's this big than have that line of demarcation. So all I have to do is just make sure that it's fully covered. It's all one solid color, so it really doesn't matter where it ends up at. Push that in. Go ahead and press that for 30. I probably should have given I forgot about the top part. I might have some casting on around the top. I needed a little bit more pressure because of the edge around the top. I see your questions. Give me a moment. I'm going to let it stay for a little bit just in case. All right. Oh, it actually did really good up there. All right. Now, this didn't go down as far as I thought it would for the edges. So I would technically end up with white edges. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for that. I'm going to flip this over. All right. Now, this is the part that's going to be a little bit interesting because it curves. So let's go like this. And where's my heat tape? All right. I'm going to have to cut little splits in this so that I can actually fold it over. I didn't think about this part of all right. So now I'm going to right up against my heat press for 30 seconds. You got to see. Okay. Do the same thing on the other side. Times like this, it's better to have a clamshell because I can stand right up and just hold it to the clamshell. Okay. And then for the, oh, that's hot. I need to cover this up. There's a lot of exposed like areas where ink can get out. So I have to be careful with that. Like right here, because I was holding it. Look, it already gassed out. I'm not sure if you can see that little bit of ink there, but it was starting to gas out. And because there's all these little gaps, it will gas out. So I'm going to put a bigger piece of heat tape across all of this. I don't want that gas to get on my heat press and then transfer to something that is not fully protected. So we're just going to go like this. And I now have to do the edge, which this is rounded, so it kind of sucks. I'm only going to do one side because this takes forever, just so you can see what happens when you don't do it. You'll see white. All right. That has ink on it from before, so we're just going to cover that up. And now just press this for 30 seconds. And that was the first one. All right, while that's going, I'm going to answer any questions you guys have. I don't post much, but I love your work. Thank you, Tony. I know your name, though. Yes, U.S. cutter. That's my goal. It's cheaper than the Cameos and cuts bigger. Do you sell the resetter by itself? Because that bundle was sold out. It's sold. The bundle was sold out because we don't have any more chip resetters. They will be in this week. Ah, it was awesome. Dang it. Okay, so I don't know what happened. I didn't do this side. I didn't do it at all. So this side I did. When I flipped, I don't know what happened. So I ended up not getting that side. I thought I flipped it. I didn't get this side at all. But then like at the bottom, yeah, I didn't really get it. So this is so thick, you're going to end up with white around it. I could use my easy press. Like I could put this, like hold it there and tape it and then use my easy press, use the heat gun. Couple different methods to get that to go. But this side, it did it. But this side, it didn't. I don't know. I thought I flipped it. But I also missed that whole little piece right there. So just for that, though, I'm going to fix that part. We're going to see a little line of demarcation, but that's okay. We do have to cover the whole thing up because all of this is exposed ink. And we're going to press that again for 30 seconds. And I'm going to prep the next ones. That was only 20 seconds. Doesn't affect the color at all. Oh, sorry. That doesn't affect the color at all. But where there was none, like I said, you will see a line of demarcation because you're putting ink on top of ink, so it's going to appear darker in that area. But that's a solid color. And if I would have done the other side like I did this, it would have been solid all the way around. But I don't know. I guess I didn't flip it. I don't know how I ended up on the same exact side because there's no color transfer. So there was no way that I did that side at all. I don't know how I did that, but that wasn't for an order. It was just me doing something solid. So all right, don't want this anymore. I'm going to grab a new piece of parchment paper. This is a question that I get asked all the time. You're trying to get teals or greens. It comes out looking like a blue. Don't be alarmed because you will, as you would think this is not the right color. You'll go and you'll keep reprinting and reprinting and reprinting, but you don't have to. Don't let this color make you feel like, don't let it distract you or don't let it scare you because sublimation ink is heat activated. It's heat activated. So we're just going to throw this on top. Oh, wait a minute. Now this is too small. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. I literally did just a small bleed. So I'm going to have to use some heat tape for this just so that it stays and flip it. Because when I say I just did like barely a big enough bleed, it is barely a big enough bleed. I'm going to use thicker heat tape. If you use thin heat that is this big, once you go to flip it over, that little piece of heat tape is going to come off. It's not going to hold anything. So you really should invest in different size heat tapes so that you don't have to use a lot of heat tape. So this is one that is 2 inches. I do have 1 inch heat tape, but I'm just going to use this one. It's a 2-inch one. And because it has more adhesive and more surface space, it's going to make it to where it holds it better for when I flip it. I mean, really one will do the job, but I'm going to put one on the other side. But the thin tape, as you're flipping it, it can come loose. And I've had times to where when I do that and it comes loose, I don't know, it goes underneath the substrate and I end up with the white line. To also help me keep the butcher paper needs to be on the bottom or parchment paper. So or a cover sheet, blowout paper, catch-all paper, whatever you want to call it. I put that on the bottom, put my hand under it and flip. That's going to help you also keep that in place. I'm going to press this for 30 seconds. Oh, there's a little gap there. Let's pull this back. For some reason, it didn't take on that side. And it's rippled right there too. So we're just going to go ahead and repress that. I might, because it's a solid color, I might get some lines of demarcation if the colors overlap. But if it was right back in the spot, I should be okay because now it's going to fully sublimate. Repressing the other side, I'm at such a low temperature that it's not going to change the color of the other side. But it was, I'm not sure if it even picked up on camera, but it was rippled at the top. And so it's almost like it was like moisture. So it did not press fully. Yep, There we go. I don't know. It's like it's ripples in it. But see now that is, well, I guess for you guys, you can't tell, but it's actually a teal, it's a teal color. It's not, dang it, that's hot. It's not the blue. I'll print out another one, and so you can see the full print. I'll take a picture and post it to my Facebook, but you'll see the color before I pressed it and the color after I pressed it. But just solid color. All right. Now to do our yellow mask. All 30 seconds. Well, I had to press it twice, but the other ones you saw 30 seconds. So we're just going to put that like that. Maybe a little bit of heat tape. All right, when I flip it over, I don't want the earpieces to get that, although, yeah, I'm just going to cover the earpieces with tape. I'm going to end up having a little bit of void behind where the earpieces are, but that's okay. But I'm going to cover up the very top, like right where it's not on the mask. I'm going to cover that up, put that down. We have to move the ear adjusters off of the press. Definitely need to adjust our pressure. All right, while that's going, let's look at some more questions. If you switch the XP over to EcoSolvent, what are you going to do with the real ink? Are you going to use magenta and that part instead? Oh, the red ink. I'm sorry. Magenta and that's as well. Yeah, I don't know anything about that as far as like the different reds and all of that. Maximize the use of your cover paper or your blowout paper. So I just keep folding that and folding that. It's not going to release back out. So I just keep folding it and folding it and folding it and just maximizing the use of it. As long as none of the ink that's on there, the exposed ink, is on your platen, you can keep folding and reusing that cover paper. I'm interested in pigment ink. I looked at yours. I looked at ones that your cartridges are compatible with, and they don't seem to be available. Do you recommend any other printers for pigment ink? So yes, all of the 77 series and 76 series, 72s, you can purchase them. So you would have to purchase either the EcoTank 16600, which you might as well use Epson's pigment ink, because that's the only EcoTank that comes with pigment ink. Or you can get the 7820, 7840, 7310. Those are the newer Epson workforce printers that use pigment ink. And with those, though, you have to buy replacement chips. We sell the chips on the site. They're single-use chips. I still have to figure that one out, doing my research about it. That's what I was trying to figure out myself. I think we need a RIP software. It's expensive. That's why you're the professor. I would have never thought of doing that. I know this is about sublimation, but your pigment ink is the bomb too. Thank you. Made some cards that I printed with HS pigment ink. Awesome. People aren't into cards here. So should I still post? Yes, you should definitely post. I still like cards. I've done solids before and wasn't dark enough, so subbed over it again. It worked because it was solid. Adding, I reprinted, then subbed again. Just thought about doing a solid color on something, then putting rhinestones on it. Yep, that's what we just talked about earlier. Why do my subbing looks dull using Caesar? So wait, are you using Caesar Easy Subly? Wait, I'm confused. What are you using? Caesar Easy Subly? Dang it. There we go. Oh, I got a bunch of yellow stones. I just might go and put some all over this. I have a bunch of yellow hot fix stones. That's actually really pretty yellow. So just doing things that are solid colors. I mean, being able to, like, someone may not want just white. So if you're having a hard time offloading things, try selling them as just solid colors. Even if it's a mug, a tumbler, solid colored tumblers, and sell them to those who do epoxy or stones or glitter and all that stuff. So just doing solid colors is awesome. But colors are great. It is dark. This is that yellow. Here is the mouse pad and the wine tote. I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to fix this and then I'll throw this. Actually, all of these. Well, no, I need mine. I need a new mouse pad, but I might throw this in somebody's order because it's nice and flat. If you order 11 by 17, 13 by 19, this should be able to go in there. So I'll just throw this in someone's order and you can see how great the colors are in person. Notice I did not lint brush. I don't have blue squigglies on this, and I did not lint brush. For the most part, I don't lint brush because I'm using such a low temperature. But now I don't have to worry about a little funky mouse pad because that thing I have over here is funky. So the mask. The wine tote. That side has the color. Didn't quite get it on the bottom. I didn't hold it long enough. And then the teal, which on this camera, definitely not looking teal. I'll take a picture and post it to my Facebook page so you can actually see. But yeah, on here, it really is not looking tealish at all. But it's a really, really pretty teal. Yeah, the yellow is really, really nice. I'm new here. I'm loving your teaching. Thank you for sharing great tips. You are very welcome, and welcome. I forgot to welcome any first timers because I actually didn't share this out this time. So welcome to anyone who is new here. This is your first time catching me live, or just, you've watched my content before. Maybe it's your first time catching me live. Welcome. I love to do live videos and do content. I used to go live almost every single day. Scale back a little bit. But I have a lot of content on my channel. on all sorts of things, from sublimation to paper crafting to Silhouette Studio over on Silaholics Anonymous. Check the links in the description of the video, and also visit our wonderful website, shop.hsink365.com. All right, I'm about to get off of here so I can I'm going to actually print this out again because I need to have the comparison picture for Facebook when I take the picture, so you can see the print versus how it pressed. So I'm going to print that out again. Thank you, Charlene. All right, so that's going to print out, but we are done here. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.